Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Mind your business. Only on Money FM 89.3.
Thanks for joining us on The Breakfast Show. It's Mind Your Business with me, Audrey Seek, alongside Ahmad Akhtar.
That's
and
right.
It's time to talk about food.
Yes, let's talk about food.
So I know that one of your favorite things to order at PS Cafe and the like is a good old Impossible Burger.
It is, yes.
Are you a fan of meat alternatives in general?
I have not yet come across a meat alternative that doesn't really appeal to me so far. Maybe it's just mental, but maybe it's just the other ingredients that are put in there, the condiments. Yeah, I think they're pretty close to traditional meat. Not quite, but pretty close.
Is it the fact that they kind of taste like meat, so it kind of fulfills your cravings, or because it's good for the environment? Like, what is it that you like the most?
A combination of the two.
Okay.
I think the texture and the flavor is not far off from traditional meat, so I don't mind.
Yeah, so you know, for the longest time, eating sustainably often feels like a bit of a compromise, right? Either you're doing good for the planet or you're indulging your taste buds. It's health or flavor, nutrition or satisfaction. But what if we told you you no longer have to choose?
Yeah, that's now a reality thanks to the establishment of NuFood, that's NuFood Concept Studio, or NuFCS, which functions as a launchpad for next-gen food products that are better for people and the planet. And at the heart of this innovation ecosystem is a story of an unlikely collaboration. A traditional meat company teaming up with food tech pioneers to create something entirely fresh.
Yeah, so today we're diving into this game-changing partnership between Nurasa, quality meat, and global ingredient partner Cremer Sustainable Food, and how they've come together to create this special hybrid meat. So think lower cholesterol, more fiber, without sacrificing the meaty taste we know and love.
Yes, and it's about time we welcome the two lovely ladies who are at the forefront of this journey. First and foremost, the CEO of Nurasa is here with us, Guo Xiuling. Xiuling,
Hi,
good morning.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Nice to have you on. And she is joined by Joey Oh, who's the General Manager of Quality Meat. Good morning, Joey.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, great to have the two of you in the studio with us. So, Xiuling, let's start with you. You know, Nurasa is focused on tackling food challenges through strategic partnerships, as we can see here. Can you paint us a picture of what you do at Nurasa and also tell us exactly what hybrid meat is all about?
It's a good question, and good morning, everyone. Nurasa, actually, if you split Nurasa, Rasa, and the new, Rasa is about taste. And new is about nutrition and the new ingredient, new technologies. So this explains exactly what we do, is to introduce the food technology that good for people and good for planet to the market. We create something people don't need to make choice. That's what hybrid is about. There are many ways to think about hybrid. In this context, today's conversation is really about to combine the best from the traditional meat and to the plant-based protein, and then to create a completely new alternative and a new offering with a healthier choice.
But it's different from cultured or cultivated meat, right?
Very different. So this is actually just like the normal meat, whatever type of beef or chicken or pork, this kind of flavor, the protein that you can buy by yourself from the market. And also we combine that with the high quality of plant protein.
Okay.
Joey, let's bring you into the conversation. You are already a leading importer and distributor of quality meat. Think chilled beef, frozen beef, chicken, and mutton. What inspired you to move into a different direction in the form of hybrid meat innovation, and how well is Quality Meat's position to lead this shift?
Well, as a traditional meat producer, actually our next generation, I'm actually really feel that we are the driving force to be the next sustainable food system, to actually lead that. And then I met Xiuling, and then I was really thinking about it, so I really want to explore into this, and then she introduced me Nurasa's new protein. So we came up with this idea and felt like we can really do something to actually change the world, be more sustainable, have a healthier product, even without compromising on taste. And then being quality meat, actually, we believe leading by being close to consumers. So we actually do a lot of taste, and at the Food Hotel Asia, we did trials, and and we got good feedbacks, and that's when we realized that, this is going to work.
Okay, so when it comes to this hybrid meat, if you compare it to just full-blown beef, like actual animal products, would you say that the taste is pretty much, you can't tell the difference?
Yeah, actually, we work really closely with Cremer Sustainable Foods and Nurasa, so we did a lot of tests. And then, to be honest, at Food Hotel Asia, when we do a blind taste, nobody could tell the difference.
Wow.
And even make it better, because there are many different protein formation, and we also learned something new is this combination not only to mimic the flavor and taste of original meat product, but in some meat, which like Asian prefer not to like the chicken breast or certain part of those kind of meat protein, you may taste a bit dry, and this combination even make it taste better.
Okay. So Nurasa recently unveiled the NuFood Concept Studio, and this studio also birthed the collaboration that we're talking about today between Nurasa, Cremer, and Quality Meat. So what brought this trio, together? Why is it so important to join forces across different parts of the food industry, you think?
Audrey, this is really the most important part. Nurasa, as a company, we first want to really build this open innovation ecosystem. So to bring those, like Joey mentioned, she wants to do something different. She wants to do something good for the product, but also good for the planet. And this kind of disruptive technology shift that bring the consumer with the company require more than just a company. Sometimes we say it takes a village to raise a child, and that's kind of a situation, right?
Yes.
So when we bring something disruptive to the market, we will really bring a systematic approach. And then Nurasa created this system. The NuFood Concept Studio, actually, it is a one-stop innovation platform, and also modular in terms from a consumer insight and artificial intelligence application into the customer validation, consumer validation, and also a multi-partners expertise. So this kind of design allow food innovator can plug in at any stage of their product development. So very flexible, and then also create a very unique setup that we can deliver very new things and bring the best of each other and then much faster to the market. And more importantly, it is happening here in Singapore.
Okay, much faster to the market. Compared against traditional meat, how quick is the processing time for hybrid meat? And how much is it going to cost to the end consumer?
Well, it's a great question. So for typical new product development, for this kind of brand new concept to a product to a market, typical organization would take them for about 12 to 18 months. That's already considered a quite good practice. In this situation, Joy and I actually just met in December last year, and then we are talking about product launch probably very soon too. So, Joy, right? So
Yes, less than a year.
Less than a year, yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to when we can all actually try this hybrid meat. And I know that the launch is, imminent. Can you tell us whether it's going to be a B2B kind of thing, a B2C? Can anybody go online or go to the supermarket and eventually buy this product?
Joy, you're the best person to talk about.
Definitely B2B and B2C. We would like consumers to be able to choose and buy themselves. And we're definitely adding more flavors and not just the meat itself.
Oh.
Yeah, so we want to give consumers a choice to have better protein and yet not compromise on the taste and contribute to sustainability.
So when it comes to diversifying dishes, creating like an expansive menu of hybrid meat options, do you see hybrid formats evolving beyond burgers, beyond sausages, beyond maybe nuggets, which is what Eat Just, a Californian company, put out in their cultivated meat, into, let's say, fine dining, heritage cuisines, or ready-made food?
I think you made a great point. This combination come with the hybrid meat format, and then Joey gave a very nice name called Pure Protein, represent a quality protein, aim at mass market. Mass market means, especially here in Asia, many times when we see this kind of new sustainable food, as Audrey mentioned, kind of compromise not just the taste, but also the familiarity of the product. Could be typical as a burger or sausages. But many of us don't eat burger and sausages every day here.
Yes.
So the form of product actually really looking at in terms of every elements of consumers' life here and what they are familiar with, and then many form of product they can play around it. So hopefully, you will see application in terms from a gourmet restaurants or to a hawker center.
Yeah.
That's our dream.
Yes.
All right, so plant-based food makers have had their fair share of hurdles. I think it's fair to say that. Yeah. What are some of the most common challenges you've seen, and how does the hybrid meat approach kind of help bridge the gap, between what consumers want and what the planet needs? Xiuling.
Number one priority is food must taste good. So our partnership with Joey is really to address that challenge first. So the taste comes from the texture of the product and also the flavor. So Joey, I think, brought in her expertise to understand what consumer mustn't compromise first. And then her expertise into the local flavor, local product designs. And then the other part, second part, when the product tastes good, of course, then we are very natural looking in terms of how much it will cost me. Right. And then the Cremer sustainable food actually is larger scale manufacturing. And then that will help in terms of increase the scale. Today, one of the biggest challenge, including all the plant proteins that you're familiar with, Impossible Foods, or the others, the volume is compared with the traditional meat industry is still relatively very small. So the scale is not able to bring down the unit economy yet. So if we were able to solve the taste and then customer and consumer willing to buy and sell more, of course, will naturally increase the scale of economy. And then we will help to make it both affordable and that also tastes good.
Yeah, speaking of that, I want to talk a bit about the commercial profitability of this venture or partnership. How long, Joey, do you think before hybrid meat eats into the market share of traditional meat, or are you carving out a niche for yourself in that space?
Right, so adding on to just now, so the three big challenge that I feel is taste, awareness, and cost. So if we were to address that quickly, and then we will be able to take a bigger share faster. So because if people know that it tastes good and they are aware that this is actually healthier, and what Xiuling said, if we have we can produce in volume, the cost will come down. And so when this three happens fast, and then we can take over the bigger market share faster. So I'm really hoping that we can do it as quickly as possible, because this is really healthier for everyone.
Yeah, including the planet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so with meat demand rising globally and health and sustainability concerns are also growing, how do you see hybrid meat shaping the future of the industry as a whole moving forward? Joey?
Wow. Talking from personal experience, my family, because we import meat, we're big meat eaters. I hope the first person who I can change is my father. Really, so because really I feel that this is the future. I feel that the aging population, this is healthier for them. There's more protein. It doesn't compromise on the taste. So I do think and hope that this is the future of our meat industry.
I also want to add on that point, because before we just start this show, we were just talking about, how the industry and how things that trouble Joey is in terms of her business. Actually, for example, in the natural industry, when the climate changes, not just say we save the planet by eating plant, but actually when we look at the environmental impact, right, the bird flu and also the droughts and also the rising costs. So the traditional protein industry also face quite lots of challenge. So the other part, when we satisfy the consumers, this other part, we also look at all the customer, the retailers, the manufacturers. This method can also help them to stabilize their supply chain. That's a very important element.
Yeah, it is, especially when we're facing supply chain bottlenecks right now globally. Commercial sale is set for when? We've talked about the taste profile of this meat. It's making us pretty hungry. So when do you anticipate this being on the market?
We actually did a soft launch in the April Food Hotel Asia, and official launch time, I will leave to Joy.
Wow, she's putting the pressure on me. Yeah, I'm targeting at least 1 to 2 months, hoping to really hit the market in 2 months.
Fantastic. So it would be available hopefully in supermarkets?
Yes.
Okay. Well, something to look forward to then. And it's clear that the future of food isn't just about what we eat, but how we innovate to meet the demands of people and the planet. And hybrid meat might just be one of the most exciting ways forward. Thank you both so much for joining us on the show today. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. It is our pleasure here.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. We had a pretty meaty conversation. Guo Xiuling is the CEO of Nurasa, and Joey Oh is the General Manager of Quality Meat, and you are listening to Money FM 89.3.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.